Welcome back team, and today we're going to be discussing the requirements for selling on Amazon Handmade, so let's get going. So my name is Teddy and I'm an online handmade seller from London. In these videos we're going to be talking about how you can spend less time worrying about your sales and more time worrying about crafting by selling on Amazon Handmade. Now one of the things that holds people back from taking the plunge of getting online and selling on Amazon Handmade is the process for getting an account. I think people are way too scared of this process. 90% of the students I've worked with have had their account verified first time, but the rest of the people, Amazon have only come back and asked them for a bit more information about their account before they can be verified. And the reason Amazon do this verification process is because they just want to work out that you are who you say you are. Now one of the things that Amazon is really strict about, and this is really just one rule, and if you take nothing else away from this video, please let's make it this, is that you can only have one seller account. Now Amazon are really strict about this because essentially there are millions of sellers and they just want to make sure everyone is who they say they are, so there's no baddies on the platform. So as long as you aren't trying to hoodwink Amazon by telling them you aren't who you say you are, then you should be fine. If you are trying to hoodwink Amazon, then maybe this video series isn't for you. There are two main parts to getting up and running, and there's two application processes to go through in order to get selling on Amazon Handmade. Now the first one is the professional seller's account and the second one is the Amazon Handmade verification, and we'll go through these in turn. Now the professional seller's account is the main part, and this is where you'll need to gather the information about you and your company in order to tell Amazon who you are. Now don't freak out when you hear the word application. This isn't like a job application. With the right preparation, this doesn't need to be anywhere near as daunting as it sounds. And I've also made a secret cheat sheet for you which is available in the show notes. So check that out after this video. So there's a few things that you'll definitely need. The first thing is your passport or driving license. The second thing is your bank account with a bank statement from the last 90 days. You'll also need an email address. You might also need a utility bill so that you can prove that your address is where you live. Now I've also put, as I said, I've put all this information into the cheat sheet, so check that out after the video. So you will need to make sure these documents are in the correct format. For example, they should be colour documents and they should be easy to read. These are quite obvious. But they also should be in the correct file type. Amazon will tell you what format you need to upload the documents in, but it will probably be a PDF. Now the bank statement is just so that you can prove that you are who you say you are, and Amazon use this bank statement in order to pay your money, so it's pretty important if you want to get paid. But make sure you include all pages of the statement and make sure that statement is from within the last 90 days. You also, as I said, need to make sure that you only have one account. This is super important. Now Amazon are really hot on kicking baddies off the platform. Many dodgy sellers open multiple accounts in order to get around Amazon's rules, but Amazon have a particular set of skills and they will find you and they will ban you. But seriously, even if you've only sold a few books on Amazon before, just shut that account or use those details in order to sign up for your professional accounts. Just make sure you only have one account. It's really important, I can't stress it enough. You are of course allowed a buyer's account and a seller's account. So I'm assuming most of you have buyer's accounts, so if you have that, don't worry about that, that's fine. Just make sure you're logged out of that account before you start setting up for your professional accounts. So this bit is just Amazon trying to make sure that your products are actually handmade. And this is a great thing about Amazon Handmade. All of the products on there are only handmade products because they have this application process. And Amazon really doesn't want crappy Alibaba knockoff products on their platform. So they just really want to see that your products are handmade and they want to see how you've made them. In order to sell your products on Handmade, your products have to be in one of three categories. They have to either be handmade, or they could be hand customized, or they could be hand altered. So handmade is pretty self-explanatory. It's products that you've made yourself. Hand altered is where you've added something to a product to make it into something new. For example, you have got a denim jacket and you've sewn some badges into it and then you're selling that as a unique piece. That's an altered product. And then the hand customized products is where you get the same product that everybody else gets, so for example some jewellery, but you've put some initials on it so that each one is personalised to that person, and that's called the customised. Now one thing that is different about Amazon and Etsy is that, as I said, Amazon wants to see your production process and your products. So what Amazon asks to see is some pictures of your products and also how you make them. Now these pictures don't need to be like pro pictures, like your studio doesn't have to be professional. In fact, Amazon doesn't want them to be professional. Amazon just wants handmade products on their platform. So you just need to take some pictures on your phone. You know, the realer the better. I'm not sure if realer's a word, but the more real the better. So recently we just had one of our students who makes pillows and she upholsters the pillowcases, and we just got a picture of her dining table with the sewing machine and put them together as like the workstation, and they were accepted first time. So as you can see, they really don't have to be like super high definition photos. You just want to be showing Amazon that your products are actually handmade products and that you make them yourself. Amazon will also ask you a few questions about your business, and they want to know, for example, what category your products are in. So this is the bit I talked about before, so whether they're handmade or customized or altered. They also want to see what kind of seller you are. So on Amazon Handmade, you have to be either an individual, so that's just you, or a cooperative, which is kind of like a charity, or where you're working with like a group of people like somewhere, or it could be you've got a company but you've got less than 20 employees or friends working together. Now Amazon also have a few trick answers on here, so just make sure that you put down either that you're individual in the cooperative or you have fewer than 20 employees working with you, and you should be absolutely fine. But Amazon does have some trick questions in there to try and like catch you out. So the third thing is what product category you're in. So this is more things like what actually your products are. For example, are they pet supplies, or are they in homeware, or are they jewelry or clothes, or whatever they are. And these categories will be in the application process. Now, as I said, I've got a couple of cheat sheets here for your Amazon Handmade verification and your professional account verification, and they are both in the show notes, so check those out. And if you follow them step by step, the sign up process doesn't have to be anywhere near as daunting as you think. And as I said, nearly everyone that I've worked with has got signed up first time. So check those out and then start your application process today. In the next video, we'll be talking about general Amazon and Amazon Handmade and what the differences are between the two. So check out that video next. But if you follow all of the steps in this video, you should be able to get set up with a professional account on Amazon and also on Amazon Handmade first time and really quickly.